Is this it? Oh, come on. Oh, okay. Now it is good. It's good now. Fine. Good. We are alive. We are alive. Not alive. Not that we are also. We are also not alive. It doesn't mean that. Much later. Okay. We've got a lot of interesting videos here. You're making you're making it unnecessarily wrong. We get the point. Just give your stupid alternative that you think your position is immune and let's move on. Now, why? Now, there is something wrong in your analogy. You said he says we have these two people, and if God gives us a rules, but except that's not the case. So, how do you understand which is from God? If you are, you, if any reasoning of something, some moral rule, is actually not a good justification, then how did you choose? How did you understand what is from God? Because you will be using those emotions, those feelings, like they say here, oh, it is atheists. For example, that's what this guy says. Atheists live based on what feels good, Christians live based on what is good. How do you understand which one is from God? Which scripture? Which set of rules? Which commands are from God? How do you understand that? Anything you will say will be something that you're that is not a good justification according to you. That's the point. You're just you're just claiming that your morality is absolute, but you actually don't transcend the problem of, you it is only your feeling. It is only, for example, if those two people both disagree on what God says, they both feel, yeah, one says, oh, this unaliving people is absolutely good. I know that God, this is what God would command. Then, and the other one says, unaliving people is bad. That's what God tells us. Now, how do you resolve the disagreement? So, you are still, what's the word I'm looking for? You are still appealing to those same emotions, feelings, moral intuition. You're just defining it to be divine. According to what? According to your feelings. Oh, this would be something God would command because it is so good. It just feels that way. There is nothing that transcends this. You're just deceiving yourself. That is the problem with theists who is blabbering about objective morality. You're not solving anything. Your position is not immune to anything. How did you choose the Bible? How did you learn that you should follow the Bible? Tell me something. Give me some reason. And now tell me, how did you know that thing matters? How did you know you should have morality? If those reasons, without that religion, the reasons, the emotions, moral intuition, those are not valuable, those are not good reasons, then how did you choose the Bible? How did you know that you should have morality? Anything you will say why you should follow a religion. What was your justification? Again, he just unnecessarily longens it. Unnecessarily much, too many arguments, too many weak arguments you are supposed to be refuting. Again, justification. I have justification, you don't. Because, yes, imagine needing a religion to tell you not to fuck a dead chicken. Yes, exactly. So, just one thing. What is the difference between just telling, yeah, who decides that something random, something giving a random justification, saying, yeah, this is, or I just feel like it. I just feel. So first problem is what do you exactly mean from justification? Is it something that undeniably a good reason? How is one justification invalid and the other isn't? For example, the first problem that comes to mind is you dismissed others because you could give other scenarios. You could give a scenario is that is different, that can delete the harm. But then when it comes to your position, you're talking about consistency or I'm trying to make a way to. Uh, we had to hear it. The victim is us for having to listen to this. Okay, those justifications weren't. Okay, you have a justification. You have a justification, and it says don't do this. And but does it really does it really justify the gut feeling? Because otherwise, because if it answers, if it justifies the gut feeling, then how does it sound so wrong when when you tell this? Imagine needing religion to tell you not to fuck a dead chicken. Why does it sound so wrong? It also sounds very wrong in your gut, right? Needing to, needing a set of rules, and otherwise you wouldn't know, you wouldn't, you know, find a good motivation, find a good reason to find this evil. Why does it sound so wrong? Why is it bad also? And another thing, justification here means that you wouldn't have a good reason without someone telling you this, someone telling you not to. Okay, but what is your justification for choosing that religion? What is your justification for following that set of rules? How did you justify that? If anything other than that book, what that book tells, other rules, other principles, feelings, I don't know, other rules you make up, isn't valid, then how do you justify following that religion? What was your justification for that? Hmm? And again, like at the other video of this dude, anything you will say will be something, anything you will say will be something that you're supposed to be learning from this book, right? How did you choose the Bible? I don't know, maybe you will say Bible is the most loving one. Bible is the most just one. Okay, how did you know those things matter? How did you know that that is what is you should be looking for? That should be your qualification, your justification, or I don't know, justification for looking for a moral framework. How do you know that? It is easy to say, it is very easy to say that, oh, you just appeal to your feelings, but I appeal to what God says. But it doesn't actually work that way because you decide what God tells you according to your feelings. There's nothing that transcends this. How do you know what God tells you? What is your justification for that? How do you know this one would be what God tells? This would be. You just use your feelings, your anything you dismissed. You use those things. This one would be what God says. The other one would be ridiculous. Maybe you make up miracles. Maybe you give something else. Anything you will bring. It will be something that, you know, this would be what the highest good would command. And it is just exactly what it is just exactly the same thing with appealing to your own feelings. Yes, but the exact answer to this video is just this. If if it justifies, if your answer, well, I can't fuck a dead chicken because my religion says sex without marriage is wrong. Then if saying this satisfies that gut feeling you said, if it satisfies this gut feeling, then how come it sounds so wrong? How come it sounds, for example, saying this, imagine needing a religion to tell you not to fuck a dead chicken. How come this sounds so wrong? How come saying, oh, I need a religion to tell me that something so disgusting, doing something like this is wrong? How does it sound so wrong? It obviously doesn't justify it. Let's check out the channel. Not channel, the play your videos and go to live. We are still live. Uh, is that me or another person is watching this? I don't know, but let's go to this.